It's not about what you can teach. It's about what you can get people to do repetitively together. And that's how you create a customer cult that pays you every day to change lives at scale, doing what you love with the people you like.
Yeah, baby.
So check that out if you haven't. And then our cult brand of the week is OREO, not the original cookie sandwich, which I had no idea that OREO just basically ripped off their cookie and made it the what we perceive as the original.
Yeah,
so
you guys got to see this. I just saw this before the call because I mean I had to put the call report together and I hadn't read yours, but holy shit, this is bad.
It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, so it's like the
here.
It's like the 1930s, I think, when Hydrox created the cream cookie sandwich.
Look at this.
So yeah, it looks like an Oreo, probably tastes like an Oreo, but they are America's original. But who gives a fuck? Because Oreo's done such a good job of distribution and building an experience that gives meaning behind the product. So, well, Oreo's out there defining the twist, lick, dunk ritual that makes them who they are. They're like collaborating with like everyone, including Post Malone has his own flavor, like endless collabs, endless novelty, endless flavors. And like their whole thing is about youth. So it's like just twisting that cookie and debating over which side to eat or lick first or how it's done. It's like, it's tribal and it creates sub-tribes and debates on how it's done and like collabs and opportunities for like, it's all about, you grab that cookie. Now we're done with the call report. You grab that cookie and it takes you back to your youth. So they attract kids because they're cookies. There'll always be kids who want cookies, but then they can continue that relationship for life because every time adulting gets too hard, you grab an Oreo and you twist that shit and you're a kid again. So it's timeless. Unlike Old Spice that had to rebrand because their customer base was dying, Oreo is timeless. It's evergreen. So because of distribution and because of the meaning behind the product, nobody could give a fuck about the original Oreo because their whole marketing is about how they're the original Oreo. So yeah, it's like the meaning over supersedes the morals of the situation. You're like, that's too bad. But I'm still gonna grab an Oreo.
But it also shows like
I know where to buy a Hydrox.
Yeah, Amazon, and I checked the reviews and people do like them, but they're out of stock. I guess the one guy said it took 3 months to get his package, but I was looking at their website and it very much is that, because there's always like that, you know, I was just re-listening to Everything Is Fucked by Mark Manson, and it's like, you know, back in the day, he's just like, he's in this argument and he's just throwing all this logic and facts at this guy, still thinking that mattered. And it's like, nope, because this guy had emotion and there's no amount of logic and facts that are ever going to override this guy's emotion. And so they just walked away, agreeing to disagree, basically. And it's just like the logical brain, it doesn't matter when the emotional brain is kind of lit up. And Oreo is all about the emotion of being a kid and the ritual and how it makes you feel. And Hydrox is over here saying like, but I'm first. And they're like, oh, we got rid of all our seed oils and we got rid of the bad sugar and we made it like cane sugar. And so they're like just trying to throw all these facts on their website. And they're like, look at me, look what I'm doing. And it's like, no one cares. No one cares.
Yeah,
it's just like logic facts.
Hydrox represents hydrogen plus oxygen, which represents the purity of their ingredients. Like they're saying, no more seed oils, no more fake sugars. Like we use real stuff. But again, who cares? Because you're just competing on ingredients. And that's like going back to the Nerdy Nuts thing. Their collab with Little Debbie is like, if how they launched originally with their first 3 Little Debbie products, then they're like, I don't know what to put on these creatives. So I'm just going to put Nutty Buddy or Honey Buns or like, again, they're going back to what they know, ingredients, like everyone else just selling ingredients. And we're like, no, you got to create like that meaning, that trigger, that story behind it so that they don't just want to grab something sweet. They want to grab that honey bun peanut butter for a reason. So that's where meaning always overrides ingredients.
But also that reminds me of like how Snickers won the game is because Snickers, they gave meaning, but they told you exactly when to have that meaning that would give you the reason to eat the Snickers. So they just double down on hunger. You're not you when you're hungry, grab a Snickers. And so now they've mastered like their positioning is at the checkout in grocery stores when you've just like seen all this food and you're probably hungry. And so they've just triggered from all their advertising. When you're hungry, you're not yourself, grab a Snickers. So now you have association of exactly when to have this product. And that's a huge distinction. It's like not only the emotion, but teaching them exactly when your product should be used.
So these concepts are a little easier for products.
Consumables.
Yeah. It's less obvious how to apply it when we're talking like coaching offers. But ultimately, coaching offers goes back to like most school about pages are just a grocery list of stuff you get inside. It's ingredient marketing. Again, it's like, nah, people don't care about that. They want to know like how you're taking them from this stuck, shitty place to where they want to be and who they want to be. People buy to become more of who they are or who they want to be. So it's the identity shift, not the ingredients and components. That's our soapbox of the week.